He gave up his life as a notorious killer, leaving behind a trail of blood and regrets. For 2 years, he'd been trying to disappear, working a dead-end job in information technology. But now his past is catching up with him, pulling him back into the shadows. Will he embrace his destiny or try to outrun it? Welcome to my channel. It's me. Let's get started. This is a story about Marco. He has worked at the same place for 2 years now. Every day he does the same thing. Fixes computers, checks files, does reports, and goes home. At least that's what his life has been like for the last 2 years after he left the assassination business. His name is not really important. His colleagues call him Marco. Even his boss calls him Marco. Nobody knows that this simple IT employee used to be a merciless assassin, known only as the Ghost. That's because Marco changed his name and erased all traces of his previous life. He just wants to disappear. But one day his boss gives him a new task, a big task, a task that brings back the ghosts of his past. It's a big project and a big challenge, but Marco accepts it. He has to work in another department, and there he meets her. Her name is Ana Alcantara, and she's beautiful. He didn't know her name when he first saw her. He didn't even know her surname. He only had eyes for her. He thought she was so beautiful, so innocent-looking that he couldn't take his eyes off her. He was drawn to her like a moth to a flame, but he knew better than to get too close. He was a nobody, an IT employee, and she was a socialite, the daughter of a prominent businessman. Their worlds were miles apart, and he didn't want to complicate things. But Anna noticed him staring at her and smiled. She found his intensity intriguing. She was used to men throwing themselves at her, but this man seemed different. He was aloof and mysterious, and she was determined to figure him out. She knew he was hiding something, but she couldn't quite put her finger on it. As they worked on the project together, Marco and Anna got closer. He taught her about computers and she showed him the ropes of her department. They spent hours talking about their childhood dreams and fears, and Marco found himself falling for her. He had never felt this way about anyone before, but he knew he couldn't tell her the truth about himself. If she knew who he really was, she would run away from him. And one night, as they were working late in the office, Marco finally worked up the courage to tell her that he liked her. He knew it was a risk, but he couldn't keep pretending anymore. To his surprise, Anna admitted that she liked him too. They shared a kiss, and Marco's world shifted on its axis. He had never felt so happy and so scared at the same time. He knew he should let her go, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. In fact, he began to realize that he could not run away from his past forever. He had to face it sooner or later. And when his past came knocking on his door, he was ready. One evening, Marco was going through documents when he stumbled upon something shocking. It was an old encrypted server that no one had opened in years. Curiosity got the better of him and he managed to open it. Inside he found files, hundreds of files. And as he delved deeper, he realized that these files belonged to Anna's grandmother. But it wasn't just any grandmother. It was the grandmother of Ana Alcantara, the daughter of Don Raul Alcantara, the most powerful and feared mafia boss in the country. Marco's world crumbled around him. Couldn't believe that he had been working for the Alcantara family all along without realizing it. He had seen the news reports about them. He knew they were dangerous. He'd even seen some of their men around, but he had never made the connection. How could he have been so blind? Had to get out of there. But then he found something else that made him freeze. In one of the folders was a classified ledger, a list of names with corresponding dates, and a column titled Neutralized. Marco's heart skipped a beat. He recognized some of the names on the list, and they sent a chill down his spine. These were the targets he had eliminated in his assassin days. How could this be possible? How did the Alcantara family know about his activities? Why were they keeping tabs on him? His mind raced, trying to piece together the puzzle. He had been careful. He had taken steps to ensure his anonymity. He had changed his name, his appearance, even his fingerprints. So why were the Alcantara family watching him? And what did they want? He had to get to the bottom of this. He owed it to himself, to Anna. But little did he know that he had already been discovered. Someone had been watching him, waiting for the right moment to strike. And now that Marco had stumbled upon the ledger, he had become a liability. In a shocking turn of events, Marco's past catches up with him in the worst way possible. His old ledger, the one he thought he had destroyed, resurfaces and falls into the wrong hands. It's a disaster. He tries to fix it, to make amends, but it's too late. The damage is done. Now he has to face the consequences. Marco is trapped in a web of deceit and danger. He never imagined his past would come back to haunt him like this. And as he tries to navigate the treacherous waters of the criminal underworld, he must rely on his instincts and skills to survive. But will it be enough to save him from the wrath of Don Rahl? Will he be able to protect Anna and himself from those who want them dead? Or will his past finally catch up with him and bring him down? And just as he thought things couldn't get any worse, his old rival Victor resurfaces, looking for revenge. Victor was the leader of a rival syndicate, and he blames Marco for the death of his brother. He had sworn revenge, and now he's here to collect. But Marco is not the same man he once was. He's changed. He's trying to live a normal life. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. But Victor doesn't care. He wants revenge, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to get it. As Marco struggles to protect himself and Anna from Victor, he realizes that he can't keep running away from his past. He has to face it head-on. He has to become the ghost again, the ruthless, efficient killer who strikes fear into the hearts of his enemies. But will he be able to do it? Will he be able to shed his old skin and become the ghost once more? Or will he be defeated by his own demons, by the guilt and regret that have been haunting him for years? Find out next time on Code and Rose. In the midst of this chaos, Marco finds solace in Anna. She's been a rock for him, a constant reminder of the humanity he's been losing. Her love gives him strength, hope. He doesn't want to lose her, not now, not ever. But as the danger around them grows, he knows he has to do what's right. Even if it means hurting Anna, even if it means going back to the shadows. Will Marco embrace his destiny or try to outrun it? What will he choose? Love or duty? Peace or war? Light or darkness? The choice is his, but the consequences will be devastating. Don't miss the next episode of Code and Rose. Find out what happens next. As the story progresses, we see Marco struggle with his feelings for Anna and his desire to protect her. On one hand, he's drawn to her kindness and intelligence, and he doesn't want to jeopardize their relationship. On the other hand, he knows that his past will eventually catch up with him, and he's afraid of what will happen when Anna finds out the truth about him. Despite his efforts to hide his past, Marco's skills and instincts as an assassin continue to surface. He finds himself using his fighting skills to defend Anna and those around him, much to his own surprise and confusion. This only adds to his internal conflict as he tries to reconcile. His desire for a normal life with his innate abilities and sense of justice. As the story reaches its climax, Marco is forced to make a difficult decision. When Anna and her family are threatened by his former associates, he must decide whether to continue living a lie and protecting Anna from afar, or to reveal his true identity and embrace his role as a protector. Throughout the story, there are several plot twists that keep the audience guessing until the very end. For example, it's revealed that Anna's family is not as involved in criminal activities as people believe, and that she herself is trying to legitimize their business. Additionally, Marco's old rival Victor resurfaces, adding another layer of complexity to the plot. Overall, Code and the Rose is a thrilling story of love, betrayal, and redemption. It explores themes of identity, loyalty, and the struggle between good and evil. With its complex characters and unexpected plot twists, the story keeps the audience engaged and eager to find out what happens next. Thank you for tuning in to Fable Flux. This episode brings the first chapter of Marco and Anna's story to a close, but their journey is far from over. Will Marco survive? Can he and Anna's love endure the dark secrets of their pasts? And what will become of Don Rahl now that his world has been turned upside down? Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next thrilling episodes of The Code and the Rose.